All right, everyone, welcome to our monthly call. We are excited to be able to hang out with you tonight, wherever you are, whatever the weather's like. At least we're all together, and in the Zoom room, it's sunny and 65. So tonight's topic is life-changing oil hacks. If we're honest, we already think that our doTERRA oils and products are life-changing. Many of us have had our aha moment, and if for some reason you haven't yet, it's coming. I promise it will happen. We want to add to your knowledge tonight with some hacks that maybe you haven't thought of for your doTERRA products. What is a hack? Some of you might be wondering. Well, the internet tells us it's usually a simple and clever tip or technique for accomplishing some familiar task more easily and efficiently. Basically, it's a new solution for you, or a workaround, you could call it. So you're going to get to hear from a variety of seasoned oilers. I would encourage you to take notes. Remember that the recording will go up in Fierce Oilers as soon as I can upload that and get that up there, and raffles will happen at the end. So stay on live so you can get a chance at winning. We've had some generous donations tonight. So this is just like a smattering of oil hacks, no rhyme or reason. Let's just have some fun with it. And Laura Whipperman is going to lead us off.
Well, that's exciting. I get to go first. So I have a few hacks for you. The first one is applying an oil before your natural deodorant. So would you just put a 1 in the chat box if you use a natural deodorant? We'd love to see who's been doing that. And then put a 2 in the chat box if you haven't, but you'd really like to try natural deodorant. doTERRA's got, I think, three different ones. My favorite is the Citrus Bliss one. That's the one that I'm using. But I think there are 2 others. Am I right, Amy? Yeah. So anyway, why would you do that? Why would you put an oil on before your natural deodorant? Well, certain oils will help your deodorant kill bacteria, which is what causes the odor, right? So tea tree will do that. If you put tea tree on your underarms, you can use tea tree touch, or you can just dab a drop or 2 on each underarm to do that. Also, applying certain oils to that area of the body, because it's near your breast tissue, will address healthy cell reproduction and die-off, if you know what I mean. If you catch my drift. And so Immortelle has some of those oils in that will help with healthy cell replication. And so just frankincense by itself, you could use your frankincense touch and roll it on, or just a drop or 2 of frankincense under each arm. And then for me, because I feel like some of the natural deodorants are a little dry, they just feel a little dry and on my skin, and it's like they don't go on really easily. So if you put an essential oil on your underarm first, it helps your natural deodorant go on really well. And so you could use any essential oil for that. I have used Balance, HD Clear, Clary Calm, just lots of oils. I probably wouldn't put like cinnamon or clove or citrus oil on, but there are several that would be good to try. So that's your deodorant hack. The next one is toilet paper. It's a toilet paper roll diffuser. So take any oil you want and apply a drop on the inside of the toilet paper roll where the cardboard is. And every time you unroll some toilet paper, you're going to have some great aromatherapy. And why would you want to do this? Well, when you use the toilet paper is sort of when you need aromatherapy in the bathroom, right? Sort of like a poo-pourri. So this will be great. And it's just a passive diffuser. In one of my bathrooms, I have the little bubble diffuser, which is great because when it detects motion, it puffs out, whatever essential oil you have in there. But not everybody gets to have one of those bubble diffusers. They're not available all the time. And I don't have them in every bathroom. So I love using this hack for an aromatherapy or a passive diffuser for your toilet paper roll. The next one is a shoe deodorizer. Why would you want to do that? Well, I'm thinking teens right now. If anybody has teens in their family, there are a lot of smelly shoes in the house. And my husband has really smelly shoes too. I don't think his feet stink, but his shoes do. So you could use tea tree, you could use abode, on guard, any citrus. Purify is a great one too. And you just put a drop in each shoe. And here's a pro tip. Do this when you're packing your suitcase for travel, whatever shoes you're going to put in your suitcase, because either your suitcase is going to smell like shoes when you open it at the other end of your trip, or it's going to smell super fresh because you put a drop of oil in each shoe. And then the last one I have for you is a hack for a natural nail polish remover. So if you take lemon, a couple drops of lemon, lemongrass, and grapefruit with rubbing alcohol, not the vodka kind. We don't like to waste our vodka that way, but rubbing alcohol. And you can put that in a roller bottle and you could roll it on, or you could put it in like an empty oil bottle that you have, a 5 ml or a 15 ml. And you could just dab it on each nail, rub with the cotton ball, and it really, really works. I have tried it. I tried it with my family when they were here over Easter. We were all doing nails, and it really, really works. So those are my hacks for oils that you can use in different ways.
Wow, thanks, Laura Whip. Okay, I'm going to hop right in here because as long as we're on a nail theme, I'm going to go right there with cuticle hacks. So it's like gardening season, right? It's the time of year when like our hands have been in hiding and they've been in deep, dark mitten holes and gloves. And so now it's time, right? So I wanted to give you a few ideas. First of all, you can make it really easy. You can just use fractionated coconut oil and myrrh. That would be really awesome. Myrrh, maybe let's say 7 drops of myrrh and 10 drops, and the rest of fractionated coconut oil in a 10 milliliter roller bottle. You can just roll it right on your cuticles before you go to bed, massage it in a little bit. Great aromatherapy and very relaxing. If you want to go a little more complicated, I can put a recipe in the chat box for you when I'm done talking, but it's got more things like olive oil, avocado oil, jojoba, vitamin E. Like, who has that around? Some people do, and if you want to do that, that's great. But otherwise, use your myrrh and fractionated coconut oil. Okay. So the next thing is the MetaPower gum. How many of you, like by show of hands, have tried the MetaPower gum? Okay, so there you go. I see some yeses. So this is a really great gum that helps you feel satisfied, helps you from eating, like keeps you from like eating or putting something in your mouth, right? Keeps your mouth busy. It's a great product, but what happens is after a little while, the gum gets a little firm. Has anybody noticed that? It gets a little harder to chew. So what I want you to do is put a beadlet in your mouth with your gum, and it's going to reframe the structure molecularly of that gum. And it's like back to totally awesomely chewable. So you can use a supermint beadlet, a peppermint beadlet, a MetaPower beadlet. I guess you could even use an On Guard beadlet because we have 4 different kinds now, but I would just say, pop one of those beadlets in with your gum and it's going to loosen that up for you. Okay. The other thing is I wanted to talk about skin issues and your Terrazyme. Now, you've probably heard me say many times, and you're all probably tired of hearing me say this, but if someone came to my house and said, give me all of your doTERRA products or you die, I would hold back, I would hide, I would risk my life over the Terrazyme because it's had such a profound impact on my life. And so I wanted to call to mind, like, if you have somebody that has any kind of skin issues, I would especially say to them, why don't you try Terrazyme? Why don't you try Terrazyme in the morning, or Terrazyme, like, before you eat, or maybe Terrazyme in the evening before you go to bed, maybe 1 or 2 capsules whenever your stomach is most empty. All right. And so that is going to help that filtering organ. That's going to help that whole process, which in turn is going to help your skin look better. Maybe it's somebody with long-term skin issues. Maybe it's somebody with just a batch of hives, or maybe a rash or acne. But I would say, let's just look at that old favorite, Terrazyme, and consider taking that on an empty stomach. Do that consistently. Do that for 10 days. Let me know how it goes. Should be better. And the last thing is, Amy Baumitz asked me to speak about a personal deodorant. So I'm sure that if you're on any kind of social media, whether it's Instagram or Facebook or whatever, you've noticed that there's that company called Lumi that advertises you just need a little bit of their cream in places that you would prefer to remain having a lovely smell all the time. And I always kind of laugh at those posts, because I feel like you can make your own personal deodorant and put it on in the morning and you're good all day. So it would be putting some pumps of fractionated coconut oil in your hand, and then you can either take your lavender oil and just rub it on the side of your hand, or a whole drop. You have to kind of figure out what works for you. Rub your hands together and you can apply that to personal places. And because lavender is antibacterial, it's going to slow, if not completely stop, the growth of bacteria. And that's what causes the smell, right? Laura Whipperman was talking about, using an oil first on your arms before your deodorant. But I would really recommend that you try this. I think you'll be really pleasantly surprised. Just make sure you adjust the fractionated coconut oil to meet your needs. So those are Melissa's hacks for tonight.
Thanks, Laura. Thanks, Melissa. I have a couple quick ones here. This is so fun because this is like one of my favorite things to do is disinfect my phone. I am not like a nerd or germaphobe at all, but seriously, take your On Guard sanitizing wipe. And I'm not going to open this because I just want to keep it for tomorrow. Okay. We already did this today. So you're going to take it. You want to open your On Guard sanitizing wipe and rub it all over your phone, everywhere you touch. You know how much we touch our phone, you guys. You know how many germs are there. But not only that, after you get your phone soaking, like nice and wet or whatever, I do my doorknobs anywhere, like light switches, dude. I go through my whole top floor anywhere I can see, and I just do doorknobs, light switches, straight up cabinet, hooks or whatever, cabinet knobs, bathrooms, I just go to town until it's dry. And then it means I use it all up and I didn't waste anything, because it's still wet after a while if you guys have used it. So this is the On Guard sanitizing wipe. I always call it the On Guard hand sanitizing wipe. Those are ideas. I bet you guys can come up with your own too, and we encourage you to do that. Secondly, Serenity Restful Complex. These are good, especially if you're traveling and you obviously take like 30 minutes before bed. You can take one and you can actually, this beautiful gel capsule, you can take it and pierce it and put it in your kids' baths for a great relaxing bath for them. You can do it not only traveling, but I like to hacks while traveling, so I don't have to pack as much. And I think it's a great one to use double duty on it. So, there's lavender in it, there's L-theanine, the lemon balm, passion flower, and German chamomile, and all those will get in the skin, because we know what goes in the skin goes in the body and in the system. So what a great way to relax your kids before a bath. And I would do two probably if it was an adult, but kids, I just do one. That's a way to use your Serenity Restful Complex. And lastly, I don't have my myrrh with me, but I know Melissa mentioned myrrh already, which is a beautiful oil. We love myrrh, but all three kids, because when Victoria is 21 now, so I didn't have oils back when she was born, but all three kids, we have a 6-year-old, 6-year-old, 8-year-old, and a 9-year-old. When they were born, their umbilical cord, it just is such a beautiful ointment to put, and anointing actually, to put on their umbilical cord area before. They always say put this other stuff on, and there's stuff on the internet I know you can get, but the myrrh oil, just on a Q-tip, just dabbing it around or on the area very lightly for the umbilical piece, that black, all that comes off in the diaper. And it so nicely fell off in like 2 to 3 days on all our kids. So there's a couple hacks for you on my end. Thank you.
Thanks, Myrrh. Okay, Sarah, are you with us? Did we lose her? Wait for it.
Okay, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, sorry you can't see me. I didn't upload the update to my computer and my phone doesn't want to connect to video and all the things. So anyways, sorry, you have to just look at the silhouette. Couple things. I didn't do a lot for tonight because my internet is wonky and I didn't want to plan for a bunch of things and then not be able to connect, period. Probably my favorite oil hack that I use every single day is the Yarrow Palm oil. And I mix a couple drops of that with my anti-aging moisturizer. I think it makes you get the best bang for your buck. It makes both your products last a little bit longer. And it's so nourishing to the skin. Love it. Like every single day. If I do nothing, I do that. Another thing I really like is the unscented hand and body. I'm holding it up like you can see it. And I know you can't see it. Sorry. Unscented hand and body lotion. And I use that with just a couple squirts of the Yarrow Palm serum. I don't like the serum by itself. It's kind of sticky to me. So it took me a while to figure out because I know it's got great properties. So a couple drops of that mixed with your unscented doTERRA hand and body lotion. Those two things together, it makes both of your products last a little bit longer. You get the most bang for your buck and you have super, super happy skin. Another oil hack, I don't know if anybody does oil pulling. I hit and miss. Sometimes I'm really good. Sometimes it's not so good where I forget to do it for a while, but you just take about 1.5 teaspoons to 2 teaspoons of raw coconut oil, and you can add various oils to that and swish that around in your mouth. Myrrh is a great one for that. That seems to be the oil of the night. And then I also use clove oil when I do oil pulling as well. It's great for dental health. And if you have a lot of sinus issues, if you do oil pulling first thing in the morning, it kind of helps get that sinus process going to loosen things up and help you get those out. And it's also been known to reverse dental damage as well. And that's all I have for you guys tonight. Thanks.
Okay, I think I'm next. Is that right? Okay. All right. So I'm going to talk about Breathe oil. So we know Breathe is our respiratory oil, and that's what many of us have used it for. But I don't know who has used the Breathe Vapor Stick. So mine is, so I have to order more. I didn't put it on my LRP this month, but I have to actually dig in there now and get some out. So this is great. It's got some great uses for it besides just putting it by your nose like the Vicks Vapor Rub, right? But it's all natural. But it's great to put carefully on your sinuses to help open up there. You could use it as a deodorant. I would test your skin though. I have more sensitive skin. But I know a couple people that have used it in a pinch if you're out, or as a replacement for the doTERRA natural deodorants. Let's see, what else do we have? Breathe. So I'm a dental hygienist, as some of you know, and people get all panicky when they're laying back and they get nervous. Also start to gag because we've got things in their mouth, or you're having the x-rays taken. Part of the challenge is they're not breathing through their nose. So just having a little bit of, bring a Breathe stick with, or the Breathe Touch, and just put a little bit right here or not too close to your eyes, helps to open up your nasal passages. So when you're breathing through your nose, you gag minimally and sometimes not at all. I had one man today and he and I were like, oh my gosh, he's always been a gagger, and he didn't gag at all. And that was using a little bit of the Breathe oil. So for gagging, for sinus congestion. Now, also for muscle aches, because there is peppermint oil in here. We know that relaxes like the long, larger muscles. So you could use that too on a place. So you can keep this in your purse. It's so tiny and it's got multiple uses and it's very creamy. So easy to spread on. However, something else that's great for sinuses, and I didn't learn, it's not that too long ago that I learned this, was Digest Zen. So Digest Zen is awesome for that. And what you can do is, again, apply it on your sinus area. You can also apply it in the belly button area. So I was reading not too long ago that you can use Melaleuca or tea tree in a touch. So I've made my own and diluted it, and you can apply that like along your jawline, in the neck area, and then you can put, follow up with Digest Zen in the belly button area a couple times a day, and that helps with significant sinus issues. Also for ear popping, So when you're flying and your ears, that happened to me in March, early March, and I couldn't get my one ear to unpop, and I was so miserable, and I wish I would have known this hack. So I'm gonna try it next time. But you can use Digestion like right around the outer part of your ear, not inside the ear. You can, I mean, Digestion. You can also try tea tree oil and then put Digestion touch on top of that. So if you want to make your own touch, you would just, I put about 10 drops of tea tree, 10 to 12 drops, or Digestion in a 10 ml roller bottle with fractionated coconut oil. Also, Breathe is great for relaxing. So again, forgot to mention that when I was talking about Breathe. If you can't breathe, if you can breathe through your nose, you have a much more benefit of relaxing yourself instead of just doing the like that. So breathing in through the nose, you get an extra gas release, nitric oxide, that relaxes you more. It opens your blood vessels, helps your blood circulate. So Breathe can serve many purposes. And let's see, that's it. That's all I got.
Thanks, Jerry. I think it's me. Okay, I got a couple things and I've thought of a couple more while you guys have been talking. So, couple hacks. Your oil bottles for your slow, thick oils like your patchouli, your vetiver, myrrh, cedarwood. Make sure you guys get dropper tops, like so helpful. So otherwise you're never going to use the oil if it never comes out. Okay. So these I purchased off Etsy. Just do a search for some dropper tops. I just think they're fun and cute, but that's one hack. If you know me, I use jars for everything. So I've got, this is one hack for your laundry balls. If you store them in here with like your empties, then you get nice, nicely scented dryer balls. You didn't know this, Melissa? Okay, so I love that. Sometimes I still do put my dryer blend on the balls before I throw them in, depending how much I update the empties at the bottom. And then coming in hot with my pickle jar. Okay, so this is what I keep by the kids' bath. So this is Epsom salts in here. And then I just put my empties, I take the orifice reducer out of the inside and I just dump that, I like let them sit forever until this is gone basically, or until they get really annoying and I can't get salty. So if you can't find a cool jar, you can just get a whole thing of pickles. And then something I thought of, these here, these little go-go squeezes for the kids. Finley's next to me. For them to get the On Guard beadlets, if they don't want to take them, you can like sneak them in the top. Like you put one in the top and then they suck it out. And then bouncing off of Miranda's idea with the Serenity, you guys could do the same thing with the On Guard Plus. I don't think she mentioned that unless I missed it, but you could pop these and use it on you or your kids' back if you like were out of, say like Symphony of the Cells, right? That immune support blend or the immune support. Lost my train of thought, but where there's like 10 different oils to put on your back, right? If you don't have them all, like use this On Guard Plus and just poke a hole in it and squeeze it on your back with some fractionated coconut oil. Make sure to dilute it or put it on the bottoms of your feet. And there you go. It has your really potent oils in there. It's got your black pepper, your eucalyptus, oregano, Melissa even. So like if you don't own Melissa, this is a way to still get it on your body, in and on your body. I guess that's what I got tonight.
That was amazing, Sonia. Thank you. I was like writing down some ideas too. I said right before we pulled up the pickle jar, I'm waiting to see the pickle jar. I knew it was coming. That's how well I know my sister-in-law, everybody. Laura Jaramillo, I think I just saw you hop on. Are you ready? Is this happening? Did I make it up?
I think so. Okay, I'm here. I made it. Okay, I have a couple. My favorite right now in the summer is putting lemon mixed with water.
I think she fell off.
That was quick.
Okay, so
Yes,
I've
you
got
finished
them.
your thought.
She texted, so she does lemon and tea tree in a spray bottle in the summer with water. She feels like it keeps her head clean, so she mists it. I would think you could do it in a continuous spray mister, right? And she likes the way it helps with the natural highlights. Here she comes again. So that is one. And Laura's still there. Laura, I finished the one about the lemon and tea tree.
Okay, my next one is using Correctex as cuticle oil. I keep it at my desk all the time, and it also like helps really chapped, dry skin, and I just rub it in. Those are my two favorites.
Awesome.
Thanks for sharing.
You had a note on there. I have to share this because Sonia needs to know this, that if you take a peanut butter jar, listen up, Sonia, you ready for a jar tip? You take peanut butter jar and you add a couple drops of lemon and water, shake it, turn it upside down, set it overnight, and just dump it out, and you're gonna have a new jar for your jar collection. That's what, yeah, so get to cleaning those jars because you're short some. I'm kidding, I love you. Okay, so I also, like Sonia, thought of more as people were going. Okay, so this is like, I have a couple bathroom tabs. Some of my hacks are interesting, some of them are maybe not. If you are in a position where you need to use the bathroom and it's difficult to use the bathroom, maybe you're training a little toddler how to use the bathroom, maybe you've just given birth to a baby, maybe you've just had intercourse, you can put a drop of peppermint in the toilet first into the water before you sit, and it just helps relax. It just does. So like post-op potty, all the things, drop of peppermint in there. Okay, remember that, it's very important. I feel like we're heading out of this season a little bit, even though we have fresh snow on the ground, but you could add like 6 to 10 drops of your Yarrow Palm into your foaming hand wash for really silky smooth hands. And so I kind of feel like you could even add it into your mist or your gel. I'm totally satisfied with how silky my hands are after using those, but I thought that was interesting. Dryer balls, to just to give a tip about like increasing what you smell when you use dryer balls with oils in your laundry, is to put the drops of oil on your dryer balls, like when you put the laundry in or well in advance, or like Sonia, you have it scented all the time. But if you're adding your drops, do it in advance and then put it in with your laundry, and it makes a big difference as opposed to just like putting your drops on and putting it in right away, and actually smelling it when it comes out. Also, I really like Sonia's tip about hiding the beadlet in the applesauce pouch, and it made me think, if you take your PB Assist, and there are times when I've taken a quarter capsule of Terrazyme and dumped some in the top, so when my kids throw it back, they get some Terrazyme tucked in there. Whitney busted me once, but it was okay, we worked through it. So be careful how much you put in there. I'm just kidding. So that's one. Itch stick for earaches. We just had a really personal moment with this one. We don't really have earaches with our girls, but Whitney's ear was hurting and we were going to leave for a trip. So I threw in the tea tree roller, tea tree touch. And we were using that in the car the morning that we left, and it was escalating. She was escalating. And so I got out of the car to figure out next steps. And Gary called me and was like, get back in the car. She's totally de-escalated. Everything's fine. And I was like, what'd you do? And he's like, I found an itch stick and I had her put that on. So itch stick not only has tea tree in there, but it has basil and purify and lavender. And honestly, the itch stick is what gave her way more relief than tea tree on its own for my kid personally. So keep that itch stick around. Another trio that you might have made up ready to go would be your allergy trio, your lemon, lavender, peppermint. And it also can be really helpful for after you get your brows waxed. So you're all ready to go. So you could roll that on. How about Balance and Yarrow Palm for your bikini area if you shave there? Another potty trick. This one is for overnight. I'm telling you, cypress, a drop or two in your hand over your lower pubic bone, you will have much less frequent trips to the bathroom, if any, overnight. It's significant. It makes a big difference. You've got to try it. It's a game changer. I had Terrazyme on an empty stomach for skin challenges. I agree with that. How about if you have a runny nose, just a little bit of lime on the back of your neck can really help with a runny nose. And Yeast infection. Okay, so I feel like this is something that, like, females struggle with. And if you take, I have a glass dish and I put some fractionated coconut oil in it, and I just add like 1 drop of Melaleuca, tea tree, 1 drop of frankincense. If I have it, lavender, kind of that classic trio there, and you can soak a tampon in that, and I'm telling you, you can clear that up in a jiffy. And I think that's really powerful that we can use our oils for that. I think that's really wonderful. Last one is this. I haven't tried this, but it really caught my eye, and it's not a hack, but I think it's fun. A root beer diffuser blend. Putting oils in your diffuser to smell like root beer. Okay, so citrus bliss and wintergreen. I think somebody should try it. I don't know, would it not? I've got Hygge going right now, so I don't actually really know. Okay, that was a lot of oil hacks. Tell us in the chat box something new you learned or something you want to try. Melissa's going home to collect her jars and put her dryer balls and her empty oil bottles in it.
I am. I'm going to tell you, I just developed a hack just before this call. So for 3 days, every time I ate something that really hurt my stomach, and I don't know what it is, and I'm not recovering well. And every time I eat, I have horrible pain, and like it runs right through me. And I was like, oh my gosh, I've got to do this call. And I was dying. And I reached into the bag that I brought to do an aroma touch while I'm down here at my dad's for someone. And I grabbed the aroma touch because it's got cypress. And I needed to stop that horrible contracting. And I just, right before we went on, I put it on my hands and I rubbed it over my belly, and I have had no pains, and those horrible sounds stopped, and it saved me. So that was a new one for me.
Yay for versatility. Remember, you can click the 3 dots on the bottom of your screen, especially if you're on a desktop or laptop, that will save the chat and any info that was shared that you want to grab. If you have questions, you can put those in the chat box now. I saw a couple roll through. We'll stick around after raffles to make sure we get any of those answered or any questions that you might have. We are all about education. We think this is really important to hang out as an oily community at least once a month for 30 minutes so we can learn together. In May, we're going to be on here on the 15th at 8 p.m. And our topic is summer prep time. So whether you're camping or vacationing or just going to the beach or not really going anywhere but your backyard, we're going to go through making sure you're really ready for summer and all that's coming down the pipeline. So
I want to see what Sonia's going to make in a jar for that.
Something very cool, I guarantee you. Okay. Also remember that we are going through our Level Up Your Life series in our Fierce Oilers Facebook group on Saturday mornings. So we have Melissa is tackling MetaPower this Saturday morning. And then next week I will do the nutrition line, and then we'll have wrapped up our series, our Level Up Your Life series for this kind of springish time that we're having right now. So be watching for those over in Fierce Oilers. So Melissa's going to share a screen and she's going to spin some names, and we're going to go through our giveaways. You have to actually send your address to Melissa to claim your prize. Otherwise, we'll assume you weren't on, like you just registered, that kind of a thing, right? So make sure that you reach out so you can kind of claim your prize that way. Is that fair? Okay, Melissa.
Okay, so here we go. I still can't screen share, and I definitely am on a different system down here in Madison. So you're gonna have to go, you won't be able to hear the little spinning, but I've got my spinning wheel ready here. So what's the first one, Aim?
Let's do the Focus Blend Roller from Laura Whipperman.
Okay, you're writing this down?
Yep.
All right, here we go. Jennifer Morris, congratulations.
Awesome. And then we've got a Tamer Touch from Laura Whip as well.
Deb Wendorf, congratulations.
MetaPower Gum from Melissa.
Nancy Rubino, congratulations.
MetaPower Beadlets from Myrrh.
These people are gonna have to share the MetaPower gum and the beadlets people.
Mhm.
Jamie Andrus, congratulations.
Laura Hadamio, can you tell me if your items are together or separate? Mom, spin while we hear from her.
Well, her touch
Oh,
goes
the
with the
clutch and the
clutch.
touch go together. I get it. Yes, okay. Peppermint oil is next.
And that is Chris Lidicote.
Okay, awesome. Yay, Chris. And then we'll do the peppermint touch and the oil clutch. These peppermint and oil clutch, those are all from Laura Hadamio.
And that would be Beth Byer. Congratulations.
And then I just wrote that we're giving away Jerry Huffman, but it's actually a Breathe Touch from Jerry Huffman. I'm not giving her away.
And that would be Tammy Yakovich.
And then car diffuser goodies from Sonia.
Do you want those together or separate, son? Together's okay? Or
Together.
what? Together, okay, here we go. And that's Jane Verstegen.
Awesome. All right, everyone, don't forget to reach out to Melissa with your addresses. Or if it's Facebook Messenger, don't send it to her, send it to me.
Well, you can send it to Messenger. I can't respond because I'm in jail.
Oh, but you can see it.
I can see it and then I can take, yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so that's our call. If you want to stay on for questions, we're here. We will see you next month for summer prep time. And thank you so much, everyone. Saw the question about, I don't know that Anne Maylette still does wool dryer balls, right? Annie's
No,
walls.
I don't know. That's a good question.
I agree with Sonia that I would do Etsy or Norwex. If you didn't, yeah. the
Or
holiday
sometimes
offer.
doTERRA offered them at Christmas.
Yeah, but I mean, if you like want them now. That would be my tip there.
Did you guys see my tip about using peppermint before colonoscopy?
Did you put in the chat?
I did. So if you are of that age and you need to have one, it is life-changing. Right before you leave for the hospital, put 2 or 3 drops in a capsule in a veggie cap, take it internally. It calms down the spasms in that smooth, long muscle of your intestine when they're doing the test. It actually makes it easier for them to do the test, and it makes recovery 100 times better. So sometimes intestines get really mad from being touched and prodded like that. So your peppermint will be your best friend.
I don't look forward to that.
Anybody have any questions?
Just left them speechless.
Mhm.
So many good things. All right.
All
I
right.
guess I'll go ferment some chicken feed in my glass jars.
Better get on that. Yeah,
Get
use
on
those
that.
glass jars. Next time your parents come visit, I'm gonna send them home with them glass jars, just like to Sonia. Love, Amy.
I seriously, as I'm packing up my house, I found a stash of like pickle jars, and I'm like, I should just send these to Sonia.
I have a whole cabinet of them because I haven't gone and got 2 of those cabinets are full of glass jars because I need to go get raw milk and I haven't. So they're just sitting like full of them. And I'm like, so many glass jars.
All right, all.
Okay, bye everyone.
See
See you later.
ya.